Hey there, welcome back to the Grandiose Project. My name is John Scane. So behind me is a new Dolomite painting. And I just returned from the Dolomites about a month ago. I wanted to catch you up with where I've been and what I've been doing with the project. When I started this project, I didn't really have this YouTube channel in mind. And I was filming a lot of stuff, and so now I kind of have to play catch up. The thing is that I want to keep the project and the YouTube channel in kind of chronological order because I want to show the progress from me sort of thinking about this project as an idea through till its completion, whenever that is going to be. Last year I went to the Dolomites, and this is the footage that I'm going to be showing you now over the next episode or two. And then I want to bring you up to speed with where I just got back from the Dolomites about a month ago. And then hopefully I'll be able to get the channel kind of in line with where I'm at the moment, and I can kind of release content that's sort of, you know, up to date. This is all part of the process and all part of the project, and I want to show it all to you. The problem is that I get kind of ahead of myself with filming, and then I get this big backlog of stuff that I have to go through and try to make sense of, and then it's very difficult. And it's kind of, I'm trying to find the balance between editing photos, taking photos, and making paintings, and they all take a bunch of time, and they're all kind of complicated. So anyways, it's all good, and let's check it out. So I'm leaving in about 3 weeks for the Dolomites. I'm just trying to organize all the stuff, all the bits and pieces to get the trip together. Anyways, these are all receipts and bookings for different huts in the Dolomite. And in the meanwhile, I've also been working on the Mount Whitney painting, trying to film and figure out this project. So it's the day before I leave for my trip to the Dolomites and Slovenia and Croatia, and I'm just about to start packing and getting everything I need together. And in the background here is some other work. You can see it's a big mess, all the stuff scattered around everywhere. Hiking shoes, shoes to take, flip-flops, camera bags, all the camera gear, you know, just glasses, gum, some euro that I had left over, some cash. Some of the stuff that I've used to plan this trip is this book, which is really useful, and I've marked a bunch of stuff. But it's a great book. It gives you a lot of information, like times of day, sun stuff, elevation, and just kind of general information about each area. And he even goes in and says like what lens he used and the settings and stuff. So it's pretty useful if you've never been there before. And then I, you know, keeping a bunch of notes about all this stuff. Where are they? Well, up here in the front. About the project. This is what I used originally to map out the whole trip and figure out everything. And the stuff down here is the Dolomites, and this was the first version of it. All right, here's all the gear I'm gonna take. I'm taking this tripod, I'm taking this tripod, which folds around. It's a little bit smaller, and these are both Fisol carbon fiber tripods. They both have ball heads. This is the Acrotech ball head on here. I might bring this little tiny tripod. This thing's kind of cool. You'll lock it over, and then these will stand there. It's got a little ball head on it. Now, I'm bringing this Shimoda bag. In this bag, I have got too much stuff. And I'm debating if I'm gonna bring this 24 to 120 lens. I know I want to bring this 16 to 35. I'm going to bring this 70 to 210 Tamron f4. It's nice and light. Goes on the D8 50, and it's a nice combination. But I did want to bring this one because it's kind of a good general purpose lens. I don't know, I'm debating because I want to lighten this up. It's too much. So I'm bringing the Sony to mostly film with. It's got a 24 to 105 that pretty much covers my whole range. We're going to use this camera to film in the Dolomites, and then I'm also debating, just to have something a little bit different, a little faster, would be to bring the 85 1.8 for the Sony. So I got a strap for the Sony or the Nikon, batteries for the Sony, batteries for the Nikon, a bunch of SD cards, this Western Digital Passport hard drive, which you can actually put an SD card right into it, so I can back up all my images onto here and then hold onto this. It's a little heavy, but that's all right. It's better than bringing a laptop, and I can just use my phone for everything else. And I have T-Mobile, which isn't the best, but in Europe, it's all data is all free. I've got the Zoom H2N as a audio recorder, a blower, another strap for the Nikon, a Rode Video Micro or whatever. That will be for the Sony mostly. And the other thing is all the accessories. I've got a GoPro in here, the remotes, and then chargers, extra chargers that I can actually plug into the car for USB charging, because that way I can charge when we're driving in between places. A suction cup, so I could do some time lapses of driving or whatever, stick the GoPro on things, and all my cords and cables and stuff. That should be about it. Oh, and filters. Breakthrough Photography ND circular polarizers, a 3 and a 6 stop, and just a regular circular polarizer, and a 10 stop ND filter. Keeps it small too. And that is all the gear I am bringing. Maybe too much. So here's the clothes that I'm taking to Europe and the Dolomites, and I've tried to pick out stuff that I can use for both trips. Stuff that will be warm enough for the Dolomites, and then stuff that will be good for Slovenia and Croatia and Venice and places that are hotter. So I don't know exactly the temperature. I mean, I've never been there, so it's a little hard to know, and I may be overpacking or underpacking. I don't want to be freezing when I am there. So I have a little bit heavier clothes than I would normally take for a summer trip. But it's more about trying to get a good combination of the right gear for the Dolomites and the right gear for being down in Venice and Slovenia and Croatia.
Trieste now, and we just went to the mall and grabbed some supplies, and we are now heading to the Dolomites. And I don't know if we really need to get stuff, but we did anyway, so now we're heading out.
Yep. See ya.